大家好
and welcome to White Gaze, where we whites gaze upon the drama,
the looks,
and the language of our newest favorite Chinese television show, Empresses in the Palace, otherwise known as
甄嬛传.
Now, before we get into it, will you please take my pulse?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, am I pregnant?
You're actually infertile.
Well, today we're getting into episode 25, and let me tell you, my pulse was racing because the drama is high, and we're finally back.
Yes, this is a much better episode than last time, because last time we saw that Huafei was just gaining more honor after we had already found out that
Right.
she had faked Shen Meizhuang's pregnancy.
Right, all of the consequences evaporated into thin air once she developed the Sinovac vaccine. The girls were constantly getting bullied by her. Also, Anling Rong became darker and darker in her jealousy with Zhenhuan after being snubbed by the emperor twice.
And Huan we saw was feeling very sick. She had the springtime sadness, as she was calling it.
Because her dad had been demoted unfairly.
Yes, again because of Huafei.
Right. It was not a kiki. It was not a fun time.
But we start this next episode and we see Huafei and Michi Miao Miao, and Huafei has got new nails.
The household department has made them for her.
But you know what, bitch? The other day, whenever we went to that East Meets West,
Yeah.
what I needed was the claws.
Nobody was wearing them.
I needed them though
Oh. Well, why didn't you have them?
because they're at Davide's house.
Davide, what is wrong with you? You've been hoarding them and you left the country.
They're going back and forth, and then the doctor comes in and he's like, "I'm going around and checking everybody's pulse, so I just need to check yours."
It's your routine daily pulse check.
Yeah.
Which I probably need. I do it to myself, though. I'm just like, always checking. I check it like under my neck, my...
You know, in school, I had this really wacky science teacher, and she like was telling us that you should not check your pulse under your neck.
Why?
I don't know. That was whenever I was in 7th grade, and then like maybe like whenever I graduated high school, she like found somebody on like Christian Mingle and moved to Australia and married him.
Oh my god, good for her.
She speaks Mandarin and Portuguese and Spanish and Italian.
Okay, now this is starting to sound like some George Santos bullshit.
I'm telling you, she's wacko. And her room is covered with like, oh my god, adopt a greyhound.
What?
She loves her greyhounds. Oh my god, I'm getting way off topic.
Well, anyways, when they check her pulse, they tell her that she is still not pregnant, but that her prenatal chi has been slowly building in the 4 years since her last miscarriage.
I'm curious to like, if they're gonna tell us about that miscarriage, like if somebody plotted it, because it seems like all of these other ones have been plotted.
Well, we'll get into that. But she's not happy. She's pretty upset that she's still not pregnant.
Yeah, and she's like, "Are you keeping your dirty whore mouth shut? Does Dr. Wen suspect anything?"
Right, which means that you were correct.
I was right. They had stolen it.
Congratulations. The doctor's feeling very guilty about it, though. Whereas Huafei is like, I don't care what you do as long as the outcome is what I want. So put a smile on, you little bitch, and go back to work.
Well, I want to have a threesome with these two doctors. Because there's the one with the mustache that is like the one that's feeling very guilty.
Yeah.
And then there's the one that it looks kind of like angry, kind of like a serial killer.
Yeah.
That's like, shut up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about?
No, he is the one that's guilty. The one with the little mustache was like, oh no, it's a good thing because now we're promoted. We're like the #1 doctors.
Oh, the kind of like angry looking one was the one that was sad? Either
Yeah.
way, I think that they were both cute.
Okay. I think they still have their...
Don't do it.
I don't know why, but suddenly Spice's song came into my mind.
Their ding-a-lingo, where their ding-a-lingo.
I think they've got their ding-a-lings.
With their ding-a-lingo. Well, you know, the Empress famously does not like Spice, and we'll get into that later.
Oh, yeah.
It's a new day in the workroom, and Anling Rong is not there because she is still recovering from her cough.
Right. So this is, in Jinhwan time, this is about as long as she was spending pretending to be sick, but she, like, legitimately is sick this whole time.
Is it really?
It's been, like, 4 episodes now.
I know, but it hasn't been months.
I think it has. We went from winter to spring. I'm guessing it's, like, March or April now.
Okay. Where I'm from, winter to spring, that could happen in 20 minutes.
That's true. That is true. But anyways, the Empress is like, yeah, she's vulnerable. She should rest. I'm not offended that she's not here. By the way, Hua Fei, did you do the assignment? Did you submit your math homework?
Yeah, she's asking her about the budget. And she's like, yeah, I did it, and it's all correct. And she's like, are you sure it's all correct? Did Jean Fei look over it? And she goes,
Right, this was a group project. The
She's
two
like-
of you work together now.
she's like, no, I know that I did it correctly. And Jean Fei's like, yeah, I'm just way too slow. I will work on
getting better.
getting better at doing the books.
And Hua Fei is like, no, you won't. You dumb hoe. You're not allowed to look at these books because the servants would make fun of you for how slow you are. So leave it to me because I've cooked these books and I don't need anybody else looking into them.
Yeah, because she's probably allocating shit to herself or
Yeah.
like hiding her tutoring money.
Her new nails.
Oh, those weren't gifted to her. She bought those.
I'm sure she used somebody paid for them.
I didn't know if they were a gift. They like to be getting gifts.
Luckily for Jing Fei, in this moment, the Empress switches gears and is like, Fucha Guiren, have you been getting morning sickness all the time? And she's like, yes, I've been throwing up every morning and after every meal that I eat. And Hua Fei is still pissed off that she's not pregnant. So she jumps back in with well, you're eating like fucking sludge. So no wonder you're vomiting all the time.
Fucking peasants!
Yeah, quit getting Charlie's and get some Waggas, bitch.
And the Empress is like, you know what? No, she has a baby, which you do not. So she decides what she gets to eat.
Okay.
Maybe when you get a baby, you can decide what you want to eat, Hua Fei.
Yeah, the Empress is like, that's enough. And she just shuts it down. Mm-hmm. In the next scene, we see that Fucha Guiren is getting new powders.
Oh, yes.
Which I guess that they are makeup powders.
Yeah. And they're scented. So it's like perfume and concealer.
Yeah, well, because the last time I saw them getting powders and there was like that pink color, I was like,
Right.
I don't know if people want to be wearing blush that's this color pink.
Well, they do. They love those pinks.
I just know that that would not look good on my skin.
Okay.
Except for when I dress up like a whore.
I'm glad that I didn't go for a low blow because I was like, well, what does look good on your skin? Well, I was going to wonder, are there makeup today that is both scented and pigmented?
Yeah, some makeup has like a... I don't know. I don't have any makeup that's like scented. It like could have a smell to it, but I don't think it's specifically like they put rose water in it. Nothing that I own, at least.
Like, I know that at least for like, what is it called? Smuckers or lip smackers, they'll sometimes give them like a watermelon or a raspberry lemony scent.
Girl, what in the Walmart?
Well, you know.
I do. What in the 6-year-old Walmart
Did I lie? Did I lie?
bullshit is this?
When you're a little gay boy, that's the only makeup that you can allow yourself to look at. Because it's flavored.
Oh, no, my little sister was obsessed with makeup and like every year for Christmas would get like a shit ton of makeup.
Amazing.
She's a makeup girl.
Now she is. Do you want to give her a shout out?
Yeah, my little sister Gentry, she taught me everything I know.
Yeah, look her up at Gentrified Beauty.
That's not a real thing.
Well, it should be, okay?
I'll call her later.
I'm a master of branding, and I do think that she would benefit from this name.
I still haven't told her about that. In the next scene, we see, what is her name? Anne's maid.
I think she keeps saying like something like Bao Jun.
Okay. Bao Juan comes in and she like quickly puts her hands behind her back and Anne is like, what the fuck are you doing?
Show me your hands.
And she's like, no.
Show them.
And it turns out that she was doing black magic.
Which I was shocked by because this scene, I think, was a bait and switch because she confesses that she made some voodoo black magic mixture of burnt incense ashes and horse urine, which, by the way, How did she get that?
Horse urine?
Yeah.
Do they even have horses?
They must.
Oh no, they have horses. They be walking around on horses.
Who does?
No, they carry each other around. They don't have
Right. I mean, they did take some horses to the Summer Palace.
There's horses.
There's horses. But, like, did she go with the bucket? Did she go with the bag? Did she feed it lots of water and wait for 30 minutes?
You know, one time, I can't talk about this.
Yes, you can.
For somebody that I know, this was before I was a bad boy. I peed into a condom so they could pass a drug test.
That's so kind of you. No, that's crazy. I thought that story was going to go somewhere different.
No, but what happened is he like came and picked me up and like took me to his house, and he was like, I'll be back, like, and just like whenever I come, just like be ready to pee, because like I have to do it quickly, and he like heated it up in the microwave.
Has to be warm, yeah.
And he comes, and I'm like, I can't pee right now. And so I'm fucking chugging water.
God.
I finally get to pee, and bitch, I throw up all over his bathroom, just all this water, because I'm chugging water.
Well,
And he's yelling at me.
did he at least pass?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's nice of you. So, again, did Bao Juan go with the condom and make it chug water?
Yeah, probably. Just like I did.
But anyways, she made this black magic mixture and spread it all over the walls of Fucha Guiren's palace, which I'm like, you must smell that.
You will smell that.
So,
Especially with doesn't the pregnancy like heighten your senses?
I don't know. I've never been pregnant.
I thought I was pregnant one time, but
Sorry.
I wasn't.
But I'm just thinking, like, okay, if you've done this thing, you're definitely gonna get caught. Like, that is very obvious if your whole house smells like incense and horse urine.
I want to smell like a slut, to be totally honest.
Yeah, I think it was the outside walls though.
Oh.
But is this kind of like the musk that they found in the anthill? Like,
I think so. It's like smelling and bad. It brings the bad luck.
it brings bad luck. Yeah.
And so I
But
thought...
Anne's like, okay,
No, she's like, more than that. She's like,
let's scheme some more.
yeah, she's like, you're actually proved to me that we are of one heart and mind. You're the most loyal servant I could ever ask for. You did exactly what I wanted to do.
And it's called black magic.
I'm just like, girl, no, I don't like her storyline anymore. I think I have to change my Anything Wrong Stan account. I think I have to change to like BB Rexa or something.
BB Rexa.
Somebody.
Have you seen that video of BB Rexa? And she has like that one popular song, and she's at the concert and like nobody's singing along.
Oh, yes.
And she like starts yelling at them.
Poor thing, I know. It's because sometimes for those artists that are not very popular yet, they will not pay people, but they will like bus people in to go to the concert for free, just to fill up the space.
It's like, and you better enjoy yourself. You better look like you're having fun. Mm-hmm. I get it, Grant. Okay, and so in the next scene, we have Dr. Wen is in with Shen Zhuang and Jen Huan.
And I do want to say, actually, there was like a really good cinematographical transition because we leave the previous scene where An Ling Rong is holding Bao Juan's hands, and then we fade to Dr. Wen holding Shen Zhuang's hand. Mm-hmm. And of course, taking her pulse.
They've given her a little bit more of a lip tint this time. It's not just the foundation on the lips, so we know that she's feeling better.
She's healthy.
But her hair is still down. It's not
Fully done yet.
It's not did up.
But she looks beautiful in that purple robe. Mm-hmm. I was like, wow, what a comeback.
And they start speculating some things. So Dr. Wen has two things that he starts to speculate. And the first one is that...
How could you have gotten the virus? You were literally in quarantine.
You were in quarantine, and it started with
Hua Fei's
servant.
So if you were in quarantine, that servant never came near you. So how is it possible that you could have gotten it?
And so we get the flashback.
I loved it.
Of Mr. Wobbly Dobbly going in and giving the tea.
Right.
And then she calls in her maid and she's like, well, did we get new tea sets? Because they came and they brought me a tea set and it didn't look like a tea set that I would be getting.
No.
So
in fact, it looked like a tea set that it was probably for a servant.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, where's that tea set now? She's like, it's been destroyed because you had the virus.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're speculating, and it's past speculation for her. She's like, oh, she did it.
It was her.
And she gets up, and she's ready to fight.
I'm coming up there, and I'm going to beat the fuck out of you, bitch.
Me too, bitch. Me too. She's like, I know it was her. Of course it was her. And it's not even the first time she's tried. Huafei has tried to kill her like 3 times. Like, pushing her in the well. Accusing
Faking
her
her
of her pregnancy. And now giving her the plague. Like, and what has she done? Nothing. Literally nothing.
Yeah, she hasn't done anything. Why isn't she trying to kill Chen-Huan? Chen-Huan is like a bigger threat than
Girl,
Shen
I
Zhuang.
think she is.
You in danger, girl.
So anyways, they come to that conclusion.
Yeah, and they tell her to calm down. Like, we can't bring this up without any evidence.
Which we do not have.
Bitch, I would not survive. I would never get to any sort of status because I would get like a close relationship with the emperor like Chen-Huan has, and I would be up in the bed and be like, listen, I know that like we're not supposed to be talking about these things, but you gave me a nickname and so I feel comfortable telling you these things. This is what's happening on the streets.
I actually feel like Chen-Huan could be doing more of that, to be honest.
She probably could, but like she doesn't want to misstep. That is very much in her character. She doesn't want to misstep. She's there for her sister.
Well, if I told you something, would you believe it? If I told you that Dr. Wen said, I think they stole the vaccine from me. If I told you that, would you believe it?
I would, because that's what I thought.
Now, when he said that line, I was thinking to myself, who is he talking to? The girls or the viewers at home?
Or to us.
Like, there's a lot of like things that we just have to accept as an audience for the plot to go forward, and I think this is one of them.
Yeah, and he's like, I can't, but he can't do anything about it because he's working on it in secret.
Right.
But we do know that was revealed 2 episodes ago, because she came in and she goes, whenever she revealed that she found Liu Ben, she was like, well, I hired a doctor to go secretly take care of Shimi Zhuang,
right.
But here's the guy that did all of this. Does that make sense?
It does. So like we
the emperor knows that he's been secretly doctoring her.
Right, but I guess in like the public sphere, they would say that, well, we don't have proof that they took it from you, and also at the same time, they would probably just accuse you of trying to steal their glory.
Yeah, they're just
like, oh, you want the credit now. So we also cannot go public with that accusation either.
But he also said that theirs is watered down.
No, theirs is too strong.
The one that Shimi Zhuang has taken
is watered down.
Is watered down.
Yeah,
it's less harsh.
Yes, because they are gynecologists. So how could, like Chen-Huan says, how could these gynecologists suddenly master the techniques of epidemiology?
Tell me that, Dr. Oz.
Yeah. So,
let's take a break.
All right.
Oh, I love this pink guava drink.
Introducing the new guava green tea frozen smoothie from Yidian Dian. One taste will transport you back to all of the tropical shores of all of the destinations that you would like to visit, but you cannot because of travel restrictions. Tasting of guava and green tea, you can imagine yourselves frolicking between the waves. Head on down to Yidian Dian now.
You can buy this drink between the months of June and July, so it is no longer available.
I turned my scroll phone to
Travel mode.
onto Phuket.
And now it's popping. Mm-hmm. That's great.
Things are lined up.
Oh, amazing.
Um,
We're back.
it's going to be really refreshing to like bottom for like a big ass dick.
Yes.
Oh. Anne and the Empress. Anne and the Empress are sitting together and they are chitty-chatting. They, I guess they friends like that.
They are, because she had been going there ever since the Empress discovered her black magic. And so she's been going to help with things, doing some needleworks. Now she's organizing the threads. But the Empress is either annoyed with her or is like sad for her because she's like, girl, what about your friends?
You
Like,
hang out here all the time. Like, why don't you go hang out with Jinhwan? I thought y'all were sisters.
and she's like, oh, I have a cough and it's probably best to not be around too many people. And I just love how quiet and lonely it is here with you, Empress. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said that. And the Empress is like, no, I know. But yes, there's like some metaphors about I admire you for being like the cloud over the mountains. Just serene and peaceful and alone.
So Anne gives her a sachet.
Which does look really fierce. It's embroidered with a phoenix, which is a symbol of the Empress, and peony flowers, which are also symbols of the Empress. And she takes it, she says, what's that smell? I think that's flower petals and
Spices?
orchids and spice!
She don't
Sorry,
like-
girl, I can't use this.
She doesn't like spice.
I can't use it.
She only likes fresh fruit and flowers.
Yeah, she's more of a sugar girl.
No more sugar.
No spice, because there was the pine needles inside of it and some other incense shit.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I knew that you didn't like incense, but I didn't know you didn't like spice. So
I'll try harder next time." Mm-hmm. And now here, listeners, please let us know what the fuck is going on here, because starting at this point in the conversation, I have a feeling it's some double talk. I have a feeling they're not really talking about scents anymore. Oh, wow. Because the Empress goes, well, no, don't worry about it. I just wanted to remind you that scents can be used for good and evil.
yeah, I wasn't really following all of the poetry of it all, but it was double talk. They weren't talking about what was going on in that moment.
Because then Erling Rong says, yes, I will study the scents better and know their goods, their benefits and their harms. And she's like, yes, take for example my cat. My cat is very annoying in the springtime and loves to jump on people. And then she like kicks her cat.
Don't do it.
Yeah, the whole cat situation. Like, was there no good cat actors up there in this day?
I guess not.
And no good CGI?
I think for the budget, they did a really good job with the CGI.
They couldn't have got the girls that did the Matrix?
No, they're too expensive.
So yeah, Anne's like, okay, I'll cook up something to help tame this cat.
Yeah, I can definitely train this cat with my scents and smells.
I want to smell like a slut, to be totally honest.
I have a feeling something is up. But the Empress is like, well, by the way, tomorrow I'm going to have all the girls over in the garden. Conveniently in one place. Mm-hmm. Just so you know.
And so then we do cut to them in the garden looking at the peonies.
And all the girls, I have to say, are slaying. All of them look good. Even Fu Cha Gui Ren looks good in this scene.
She does.
I think that Cao Gui Ren looks great in this scene, wearing some purples. I think that Jinhwan looks beautiful in the pinks, and her hair is up.
Actually, notably, Cao Gui Ren looks very good.
Also, there's that new girl that I guess her name is like Fui Gua Gui Ren, like Foyoi. Foie.
Bless God and bless
Foie.
the gays.
This is a Chinese podcast, not a French podcast.
So anyways, she's looking great in like a very deep ocean blue.
Yes. And Fuchak Wei-ren is pissing everybody off.
Okay, yeah.
She's annoying everybody, and they're like, get her a nice silk pillow and sit her down.
Right.
By those peaches. Give her some peaches.
Because she's pregnant. She can't stand up for very long, allegedly. And the girls were just going back and forth because, again, Huafei can't let it go that she hasn't had a baby. Chifei is trying to build some rapport by saying, like, oh, yeah, when I was pregnant. But then Huafei is being mean to her, too.
In the midst of all of this cattiness, we cut to the cat.
Right.
And Anling Rong is, like, sprinkling some little
Not
dust.
yet. She's just looking at it in this part. There were so many cutaways to the cat where it's like, Anling Rong and the cat, and Anling Rong just like looking around suspiciously. And then we cut back to the girls, and then we cut back to her with the cat, and she's like getting close to it, like you say, and putting the powder in front of it.
I, like, wasn't really sure what was going on. I thought that this was, like, going to kill the cat. I thought she would... I thought she, like, had concocted something to kill the cat.
A lucky day today on Avenue A.
Yes.
When the Empress in her limousine strolled my way, she said, darling, be a dear. Haven't slept in a year. What's the next line?
I need your help to make my neighbor's happy dog disappear.
I need your help to make this cat named Pine Nut disappear. So anyways, yeah, I was dubious about what was actually going on. I was not sure the direction. Maybe she was poisoning it.
I thought she was poisoning it and was gonna kill it.
But we cut back to outside. Zhenhuan and Foy are talking to Fuchak Wei-ren, and she's like, "Wow, look, I have this amazing powder. It smells so great. This is the second time this episode we're mentioning it." And Foy Wei-ren is like, maybe you should put it away, girl. You're not special.
Mm-hmm. And I was just so shocked at how they are just plucking the peonies just like that.
Their nails are very long.
I'm not shocked that they are able to do it. I'm just shocked that they are doing it.
Are you not supposed to do that?
I mean, it's just gonna die.
Of course, but there's a lot.
Which also, here's the tea.
Yeah.
Those peonies are gonna die anyways.
Because it's summer?
No, because they are fully bloomed. They don't last that long. They are bloomed, bitch.
Well, that's maybe why they're viewing them today.
Because they're in full bloom.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are bloomed and about to. Just for you. I prefer the peonies whenever they're like still very ballish and like still blooming.
Okay.
That's when they look the prettiest.
Right, they're like half open.
Mm-hmm.
I understand.
But like the ones that they were talking about with like when you can see the yellow like pollen.
Yeah. Fierce.
It's gonna die.
So anyways, they're looking at them. The Empress picks up a pink one and is like, I love this color. And then somehow Huafei is like, wow, Empress, that color is only for concubines. A primary wife should have this red one like me.
Pick my fucking fruit out, ho.
And I'm like, girl, are you coming for her? Saying as
She
if
was.
you should be the primary wife.
That's what she was. And then Zhenhuan steps in with the poetry and is like,
庭前芍药妖无格，池上芙蕖净少情。唯有牡丹真国色，花开时节动京城。
The color, she says, even though the color of the red one is beautiful, it has no style. But the real beauties of the nation prefer the color of the nation, the Mudan. Peony, which is, I guess, the pink one.
the pink one, yeah.
And she's like, wow, Zhenhuan, you're so smart. So I thought...
Huafei is sitting there like Sarah Paulson with the math running over her face. Like,
right. Yeah, it was a little too smart for her. But I will say that this is the part where I was like, oh, is the cat going to go to whoever's holding the flower? Like, I was like, oh, maybe she's trained it to follow the person with the flower. So, like, she's going to conveniently give the flower to somebody and then the cat will.
Well, no, this is where it all starts to add up. Because then, was it anything wrong? She was like, fix your mug.
I don't need to fix my mug, bitch. Honey, you do need to fix your mug.
Go fix your mug. Go fix your mug.
I don't need to fix my mug. He's like, hey, your powder's running. You should probably fix it.
Right. And so Fu Chagui Ren gets out her expensive powder once again, starts putting it on, dramatically cut to CGI cat.
And the cat is revving up. He's like, oh,
Don't,
bitch, no,
don't
not
do
this
it.
shit.
It's almost as if, did you ever watch The Witcher?
No.
Okay, so there's some like dubious CGI in The Witcher as well, and it reminded me of like when the animal just like becomes a beast. And this is when I knew. I was like, oh no. Oh no.
So the kitty strikes.
These motherfuckers, I swear, they tried to kill! Yo, fight me!
And
Yo, fight her, bitch!
everybody is screaming. And somebody pushes Zhenhuan,
Right.
who then bumps into
Fu Chagui Ren.
Fu Chagui Ren's stomach.
And she falls to the floor.
And she falls to the floor. They both fall to the floor. And then it scratches Zhenhuan's neck.
As if it was a velociraptor.
No, cats do be like that. And I'm sure they didn't have, like, petty paws.
They were not trimming pine nuts, little claws. But
And when the cats get angry, they do extend out. They go, whoosh.
I know, but like it seemed very long and very deep for a house cat.
They be having them like that. If they
All right.
aren't trimmed, aren't tamed.
So anyways, it cuts right across her jugular, and I was like, oh no, 2 bitches are dead.
Right.
And they're all freaking out. They're all screaming.
Yeah, they go inside.
Oh, now
Fu
we gotta
Chagui Ren
go?
is in pain. She's screaming, and the Empress Dowager comes in, and they reveal that she is bleeding.
With a very uncomfortable close-up of her punina.
Yeah, all I could think of was that like lemon verse. It's like he's trying to find the pussy pics up on Reddit.
They're just those are not the pics we're looking for, unfortunately. And it's really, really uncomfortable for everybody. But I do want to say, before we get into it, I think this is probably going to be episode 2 of Zhenhuan Justice. Because if we can cut back to the moment where it all happened, the people looked like generally shocked, like genuinely shocked. So it's hard for me to understand who plotted this, what was the plan, and is this what they wanted? I'm just very confused. The Empress looked shocked. Hua Fei looked shocked.
Everybody
Cao
looks...
Ren looked shocked. Zhenhuan looked shocked. Fua looks shocked. Jingfei, looks shocked. Obviously, Fu Chagui Ren is shocked.
Are you done?
Yeah, that's
everybody.
That's everybody. That's everybody.
Since everybody is shocked, the only person that could have pushed Zhenhuan is Enling Rong.
But she was not wearing purple.
But she wasn't in that
The person who pushed her was
vicinity.
wearing purple.
She wasn't in that vicinity.
She wasn't next to her.
So was it Cao Gui Ren?
Yeah, but okay, why would Cao Gui Ren push her? Unless she was in on it.
Haven't they done shit together before?
Who?
Anne and Cao Gui Ren?
No.
No, that was
Jade.
That was Jade. I don't know. I feel like it will be revealed soon. Who do you think it was?
Well, we need to look over the CCTV and we need to look over the evidence. Speaking of evidence, Duan Fei is going through the garden and she finds an extra little compact of the powder.
Oh, and she's like, this is interesting.
I'm going to keep this.
So the Empress Dowager comes in and she's like, y'all need to tell me what happened.
Right.
And so they're explaining it. And a key aspect of their story is that Zhenhuan went in to save her.
Right. They're not aware that she was pushed, or they're covering for whoever pushed her.
Who was the one that said that she went in to save her? Was it Cao Gui Ren or was it the Empress that said? And then Zhenhuan went in to save her.
So first it was Qi Fei who was down on her knees saying, "Empress Dowager, Empress Dowager." A cat jumped. Zhenhuan knocked into her and knocked her down. And that is where we are today. But it was the Empress who then went in and clarified that Zhenhuan was jumping in to save her.
Mm-hmm. It would have been way worse if Zhenhuan did not jump in to save her.
Yeah. If Zhenhuan was like a clumsy bitch and pushed her over on purpose, then maybe we would not be.
But she went
heroically.
Even though she's afraid of cats, she went in to save her.
Which after this, I'm like, girl, I'm afraid of cats too.
I'm afraid of cats, yeah.
My sister just got a cat, and I'm like, not me. I'm pregnant.
Oh my god, thank God she's not allergic.
Yeah.
If that cat would have scratched me, ooh, I'd be dead. And so the doctor comes in and is checking on everybody, or is checking on Fucha. And they're like, well, since she heroically jumped in and saved her, why don't we check on Zhenhuan as well?
Right.
So we check her pulse, and we find out that she's pregnant.
Oh my god. That is why she's been so tired and sleepy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so they're going back and forth. They're so excited about this. And not 2 feet away is a miscarriage.
Right. They've suddenly forgotten. Nobody's sad anymore. They do not give a shit about Fucha Guiren. Everybody is just happy and elated for Zhenhuan, including Anling Rong, who says, wow, this is such a blessing for the country.
Mm-hmm. Hua Fei does not look happy, though.
Well, she doesn't say a word. But Cao Guiren chimes in and is like, yeah, I didn't feel any pregnancy symptoms until the 4th month. Hee hee.
Yeah, because she was like, well, my period has been off, but I was just thinking that it was just my springtime sadness.
Yeah. And so the doctor's like, yeah, well, your neck will heal. Also, you have a broken arm. So be careful, but congratulations.
And we're going to take a break.
Hi there. It's Trenty from the world-famous White Gaze podcast. And I'm here to ask you, are you feeling sad?
Are you suffering from crippling anxiety?
Have you ever been trapped outside of a foreign country for an uncomfortable amount of time while you wait on your visa?
I'm not comfortable with sharing my trauma on the pod.
Well, either way, BetterHelp is there for you. BetterHelp is an online therapy service for people who can afford it. You can access them at betterhelp.com.
Period. There is no promo code because we are not actually sponsored by BetterHelp. But if you subscribe to our podcast, then we can use that money to pay for the services that we so desperately need.
We thank you in advance.
All right, we are back, and Shinmei Zhuang is at Zhenhuan's, and she is ordering everybody around. She said, Jade, get a silk blanket. Vermilion, get some nice pillows. Jinxi, shut that door, it's cold.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, wow, you're sending away all my servants. Who will take care of me now? And Shinmei Zhuang is like, me, you silly bitch. And I think this is lovely. Sisterhood again.
Have you seen Sassy Gay Friend?
Of course I have.
We should do a Sassy Gay Friend of
Zhenhuan.
Of Zhenhuan, something about the cat or something.
Okay.
This feat could have been avoided if she had a sassy gay friend.
Yes.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
With Anling Rong, yeah, Anling Rong needs a sassy gay friend.
Yes.
And so they're just having a good gay girly time, but Shinmei Zhuang again starts to speculate. She was like, you know what, it's so crazy that Hua Guiren had a miscarriage a couple, well, however long ago, and now she's had a miscarriage, and both of them were from slipping and falling accidents. Don't you think that's a little suspicious?
Yeah, why are people just slipping and falling and miscarriages are just happening so often?
Right.
Like, I don't think it
doesn't add up to me.
This is planned. It's got to be.
So you need to be careful.
Then we cut.
Which, honestly, if I was pregnant and I was in this environment, I would not leave my home.
I'm not leaving my house.
No. I'm not giving any girl the chance to fucking come for me. Lock my doors.
Lower the blinds and fire up the smoke machine. Because I know exactly what we need.
Yeah, we need to fucking isolate.
From
From the
isolationism.
girls. Yes. So, hopefully the two of them can keep her safe. Because that's what Jinhwan says. Jinhwan's like, well, I would never let anything happen to my baby. And Chen Meizhong is like, yeah, Fuchak Weiren said the same thing.
We got to Anling Rong, and she is just watching all of the
chaos,
the rigmarole going on in her palace,
right?
Because she lives at the same palace as
Fucha Weiren.
As Fucha, and her little maid comes out, and she's like, "Oh my god, I can't watch this. This is gonna make me sick.
It's too spooky. Like, let's go inside." And she was like, "No."
She's like, "We're not sleeping tonight. There's too much shit going on."
Yeah, she wants to watch the chaos that she has spread.
Mm-hmm. It's Regina George watching all of the people.
Yes, freaking out over
the burn book.
Yeah, truly. Well, so that's why. Okay, I do believe that it was Anling Rong's intention to do this.
Mm-hmm.
But there are other pieces that do not add up for me. For example, because in the next scene, I believe Jingxi and Jinhwan are talking. And Jingxi's like, yeah, you need to be careful because it's the pregnant girl that has all the targets on her back. And also, she says something along the lines of, well, whoever was losing sleep because of Fu Chagui-ren's pregnancy probably is now losing sleep over you.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think she's talking about Anling Rong? I do.
You think that she knew it's like Anling Rong?
No, but she's referencing the person. I think Anling Rong was losing sleep over Fu Chagui-ren's pregnancy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And was hoping to get rid of it this way. But do you think that this is what the Empress wanted as well? Is this the double speak that the Empress was telling her about?
I don't think the Empress was upset about Fu Chagui-ren being pregnant.
I didn't either. I don't think that this is what the Empress wanted.
No.
But I think because they speak in double speak, there was clearly something that was lost in translation here.
On Anne's side.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they talk like that like pretty frequently, and so Anne probably just translated it that way. She's like, oh, she wants me to kill the baby. Okay.
Right. I was like, what is going on here? Because I know that the Empress has had Anling Rong in her pocket. Like, because now that she knows about the black magic, I figured she would use Anling Rong as her little lackey.
Maybe she did. I don't know.
I just can't imagine why she would do it.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Me neither. We cut to the Empress and the Empress Dowager.
Yeah.
And the Empress Dowager's like, did you kill that little... What did they translate it to?
The brute.
The brute. Did you kill the brute?
Have you captured the brute?
And she's like, no. And she's like, well, I did. Bring in the cat.
Just as I thought. Trash.
Right.
Why'd you ask?
Because she's just like really trying to shame her. She's like, Empress, you're useless.
I hate that shit.
I do too. It's like, if you already knew, why would you ask? But she's basically, it's a test to see how she'll respond.
Mm-hmm. And so they bring in the cat and she's like, watch this. And they bring in the cat and then they put the powder down and then the CGI cat like goes
The music
off.
cues up.
Goes off. And the whole time that it's happening, the Empress is like, her eye, y'all can't see, but like her eyes are going back and forth.
I want a sticker of it because it's like a oh shit.
Have you seen the one of SZA and
Kiki Palmer?
And Kiki Palmer.
No, but you were
SNL,
talking about
like,
it.
They're both like, it's giving very that.
But okay, you said the cat was going off, and I actually want to look back at the tapes because
it's kind of saying in one
spot.
What do
we truly see the cat do? We see the cat like walk over the powder, cut to the Empress. We cut back to the cat who's turned around on the powder, cut back to the Empress. So I was watching this with Monty and Monty was like, that doesn't prove anything. What is going on?
It does prove that the powder agitated the cat. The cat got mad whenever it was presented the powder.
Okay, but let's also go back to the training session that Anling Rong did with the cat, the little poppers training, where she held it up to her nose and took it away. That lasted maybe 3 minutes. So what amount of... This could truly be coincidence, is what I'm saying. Like, okay, yes, the powder does agitate the cat, but that does not prove that the cat was trained to be agitated by this powder.
Well, we cut to Duan Fei.
Right.
She's with Zhenhuan.
Yes.
And
The first time that they've spoken since the last Zhenhuan Justice.
Right. She only comes around to
to give the legal alibi.
To settle the jury. She's like, look at this. Look at what I found in the garden where you girls were.
And it's a sachet, but it is empty. There's no powder left in it.
But we know that Zhenhuan has got the nose of a dog.
I'm a dirty dog.
Leave me alone. And she smells it and she's like, there's no powder in this, but I know that this is Fucha Guiren's powder.
Uh-huh. And so they're sort of speculating, like, how much powder was she using that day?
That this is
There's
empty.
so much powder. If she has a sachet, if the Empress Dowager also has the sachet of powder, and now also they found an empty can, like, this is a lot of powder. Now, the powder was allegedly given by the Emperor, but the Emperor's also gone.
Mm-hmm.
So who gave it to her? Could it have been the Empress?
It could have been.
Could it have been planted?
It could have been.
Who had access to more of the powder?
Well, yeah, because whenever we cut back to the Empress Dowager and the Empress is kind of just like very chill about it. She's like, I don't know what you're trying to say.
And the Empress Dowager goes in.
And she goes, that's my grandchild that your cat killed. And she's like, oh, let me get on my knees.
Right? Right. She's like, do not dump the blame on the cat.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, listen here, you little bitch. I was never the Empress because what's her name died.
Yeah.
And so I had to step in.
Yeah.
And I chose you.
To keep it in the family.
Mm-hmm. And I can look away at some things, but not this.
Right.
你记着，有些事，哀家可以闭着眼看不见，但有些事不行。
So the accusation here, at least from the Empress Dowager, is that the Empress is culpable for the death of Fucha Guiren's baby.
I don't think that she's saying that, but I think she's saying that you need to like be a little bit more serious about it. You need to find out what the fuck's going on.
Oh, I see.
Or we need to execute the cat because this cat can't be running around killing
No, I'm
us.
surprised the cat is still alive, to be honest.
Well, that's what I thought.
When I thought they were going to bring in the cat, it was going to be dead.
I thought Anne was going to kill the cat.
Damn. So I guess there's a lot of pieces. Now, Monty went back and he watched the scene again. And he claims that the only girl that was close enough to Zhenhuan, who was also wearing purple, was Cao Guiren.
That's, yeah.
So I'm just thinking, if Cao Guiren is involved somehow, how did she know? Because Zhenhuan was pointing out both to Duanfei and also to Jingxi was that, if I tell you I was pushed, would you believe that? Where whoever pushed her was probably trying to blame her for the death.
Absolutely. But the Empress, like, got in on
Interfered,
that.
yeah.
Interfered before that to say that she saved the day, actually.
So who do you think was trying to set her up?
Everybody.
Do you believe that Anling Rong was collaborating with...
With Hua Fei and Cao Guiren? Absolutely.
Wow. Damn. Well, I am really excited that this episode is a return to form. This is the Zhenhuan Chuan that I know and I love the most.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think is going to happen next? I think that they will have Zhenhuan Justice Part 2. They're going to bring in all the girls. They're going to call their witnesses. Because somebody has to pay.
Yeah.
Finally, there will be consequences. Probably not for Hua Fei, but for other girls. Do you think the Emperor will come back?
Oh, yeah, and I hope there's, like, some cute romantic scene with him and Zhenhuan.
I actually don't. I was okay without him this episode, to be honest.
No, I want him back, and I want cute lovey-dovey.
All right, well, hopefully we'll get some cute lovey-dovey. Do you think anybody will try to kill Zhenhuan in the next episode?
Yes. Or in the coming episodes, at least.
I really hope that she has a baby. I feel like she has to. She's the main character.
She has to have a baby, yeah.
I'm just so glad that Shen Meizhuang is back to form. I hope Shen Meizhuang gets to show back up in the workroom. I think Shen Meizhuang would be a fierce lawyer in Zhenhuan Justice.
Yeah, she's been alone for so long and has been attempted.
I think she's ready for revenge.
To be murdered so many times that like, yeah, she's ready.
She's onto the girls. She's like, I know exactly how you're gonna come for me.
Well, let's take a break.
Let's take a break. And we are back, and it is time now for
本周心机真丑专.
This is the segment where we go over the looks that the girls were wearing this week, and we decide which one is our top look.
Was anybody even like noticeable this time?
I have several.
Okay.
Maybe you should watch a little more carefully.
I say it, what I say it.
Listen, I watched this on the plane.
Oh.
So it was like kind of hard. And yeah, I texted my friends from back home because they're like boys. Like boys, straight boys. And I was like, if I am watching something on YouTube and using my VPN whenever this flight takes off, are we going to crash? And they were like, no. And I was like, okay, good, because I'll continue watching.
Cool. So I actually thought that a lot of the girls were serving this episode. First of all, Shen Meizhuang in that luxurious purple.
I was from the garden.
She wasn't in the garden, but after the garden.
Yeah, okay, yeah, actually, I would say that too.
But I would also say Zhenhuan was really serving really hard in the pink.
Mm-hmm.
Like that whole look where she gets scratched by the cat. I think that would be a really fierce performance for somebody to do.
Mm-hmm.
They're just serving and then somebody throws a cat at her and then she comes with this bleeding neck and like continues the number.
We'll talk to that girl that we saw at the show this weekend.
Yes. But ultimately, I really do think that Pine Nut was serving.
Pine Nut?
Pine Nut was really serving for me.
Okay.
Pine Nut got the most attention.
Yeah. I vote for a Pine Nut as well.
Okay, congratulations, Pine Nut. I think you're about to die probably, but you really snatched our attention this week and you were really serving.
Yeah.
So that was
本周心机真丑专.
All right, what's next?
So now we have a very fun language challenge that I have prepared for Big Westie. Now, this episode involved a lot of animals, and it also involved some meanings that got lost in translation, especially with An Ling Rong. She did not understand what the Empress was really trying to tell her to do. Mm-hmm. So we are going to play a special animal-themed Lost in Translation.
Okay.
Now, I know you
can't read
have
characters.
No idea what the actual Chinese will be, so this is simplified for you. I will read the literal meanings of some of these animals' names, and you just have to tell me the English name of the animal. Mm-hmm. Okay? So, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the first one that is on topic, cat-head eagle, or Mao Tou Ying. What eagle has a cat head?
Like a bald eagle? Oh, no.
Here.
A vulture.
A vulture? No. It is an owl.
An owl, okay.
Because it got the big eyes.
Yeah.
You know, those fierce.
In my mind, I was thinking of, like, Monet Exchange's cat Colleen.
Oh. Just skin.
Just skin. No hair. So I was like, oh, vulture, okay.
Okay, the next one. Ocean elephant.
Whale.
No.
Oh, walrus.
Walrus! Yeah! Or hai xiang.
Okay.
Very good. River raccoon.
Whenever I was 18, would people call me this?
No.
Okay, then I'm gonna say platypus.
No, it is a beaver.
Beaver, okay.
合理. Okay, this one is also a little bit topical for this episode. Pine tree rat. Because you know the cat's name is Pine Nut.
Yeah, a squirrel?
It's a squirrel! Yes! 松鼠. Okay, you know that one. Okay, this one is glasses snake.
A lizard?
No. It is a snake. But what kind of snake?
A python?
No. It's a cobra.
Okay.
Because it's got like the mask, you know?
Oh, I see, yeah.
眼镜蛇. This one's easy, I think. Stinky weasel.
A skunk.
Yes. 臭鼬. Tree lazy.
Sloth.
Yeah! Wait, how do you know all these?
Oh, I'm thinking about a lazy animal.
You're looking at them. Can you see my screen?
No, I can't. You want to come?
I don't trust you.
I've gotten more wrong than I have right.
That's true.
Bitch, tree, lazy, that's pretty self-explanatory.
Okay. Fox, monkey.
Lemur.
Yes! Oh my god. Sharp horse.
A unicorn.
No.
Moose.
No. Rhinoceros.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the last one, suckling pig mouse.
A hamster?
No.
I don't know.
Guinea pig.
Oh, okay. I was trying to think of other, like, domesticated rodents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Guinea pig.
Mm-hmm.
I had a guinea pig growing up. His name was Goose.
Okay. All right.
We named it that because my dog's name was Maverick. They're characters from Top Gun.
Oh, yes, I see that now. Okay, so I would say that you got like half of those correct.
Okay.
So that was like a modest showing.
Did I win? I think I won something.
Well, as far as the prize goes, you get the honor and the pride that you guessed so many things.
Me too. Were the other ones like water horse and color changing dragon?
Yeah, you know, the saying like fire chicken and like, yeah.
Not Nicki Minaj on the animal list.
So yeah.
I don't know, fire chicken.
The turkey.
I didn't know that.
You have done that for me before. I think on the very first one.
Maybe. I know color changing dragon was on there.
And like, yeah, river horse, big cat, or big bear cat.
Oh yeah, panda.
Yeah, basic ones.
Yeah. Cute.
So anyways, yeah, good job. I think there's only one thing left to say.
再见.
If you like White Gaze, we would love for you to leave a review of our podcast, give us 5 stars, and don't forget to subscribe to our podcast wherever you listen from. You can also support us by signing up to be a subscriber by going to anchor.fm/whitegaze/subscribe.
You can follow us at @reverse_cowboy_ and at Officer Trinity, and our White Gaze account is at White Gaze Podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Douyin, TikTok, and the Anchor app.
White Gaze is not endorsed by Beijing TV Art Center. It is intended for entertainment purposes only. Zhen Huanjuan and all names, audio, pictures, and video clips are all registered trademarks and or copyrights of their respected trademark and or copyright holders.
White Gaze is a podcast hosted by Weston Swift and Trenton Schneiders. Produced by Trenton Schneiders and Monty Shaw. Sound and audio by Trenton Schneiders. Media by Monty Shaw. Our theme song is White Gaze by Trenton Schneiders and Weston Swift.